Wow. I did say it was going to be a close game. Lost for words, friends. This game was absolutely disgusting. I have a lot to say. My friends, the coaching staff is worse than high school level. And that's offensive to say that against high school teams, because there's some high school teams that really know how to play football. This was absolutely terrible coaching. You had some bad decision making, some bad throws, some bad offensive line. Well, that's a whole other issue. But that's not what lost the game. What lost the game is the terrible coaching. When you have zero understanding of personnel. Now, for my friends out there who don't understand what it means when I'm saying personnel, you need to match up big guys with big guys and small, fast guys with small, fast guys. You have to make sure that you got the right people who can keep up with the faster players and where to be and where to go. This did not happen, friends. And if anybody's been watching my channel, I have clearly stated this, that a win could be fool's gold, depending on how this game goes. And then I also have said many times that this game will dictate the rest of the season. Because I have said before, and I was not throwing shade, but we have only beat losing teams. We have only beat teams who either have losing records with bad organization or injuries. In the case of the Rams, they had injuries and missing key players. And they were playing in Chicago. So the Rams had a lot going against them, going into that game. If we played them again, there's a good chance we would lose. I often say the word exposed. I often use that word because depending on how a team plays, one team can expose who you really are. Now, my friends, we're in week 8. We're midway half season. So you have a really clear idea of who we really are. Now, the next 2 games we're facing are a couple teams that are awful. The Patriots are one of those teams. They're terrible. And we'll very likely beat them. But that win will be a fool's gold win, my friends. That win means nothing. Because the second half of the season, we are going to get destroyed. I guarantee you, friends, once we play the first 3 set of divisional games, which consists of the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings, we are in big trouble, friends. Big trouble. The Detroit Lions are undefeated. They just beat the brakes off someone today. I can't remember what the team. I have quite a headache after this game. We went 3 quarters and could not score a field goal. Towards the end of the 3rd quarter, we finally put up a touchdown. But what happens is when you're playing from behind, the way you're playing from behind, in the fashion, there's one story playing from behind 10 to 20 or 7 to 14 when you're playing from behind in that fashion. But when you're playing from behind with absolutely 0 points and looking absolutely terrible while you're doing it, that will dictate what you'll look like against teams that are better than the Commanders. Because, my friends, the Commanders aren't that good. Jaden Daniels is good, but he's a rookie and he made rookie mistakes. They went the entire game with the exception of that insanity at the end. The defense held his team to 0 touchdowns. Only field goals. But we couldn't seem to even get one in. What does that tell you? With the talent that we have, with a quarterback that was playing silly, but I have a feeling that could do with the insanity of the, sometimes quarterbacks see ghosts. Meaning the offensive line was playing so terribly, along with the play calling, that a lot of passes were overthrown. A lot of passes that were like, what? Where is that ball going? Who knows? But friends, this loss has revealed us completely, exposed clearly. We have a couple, I think we're going to face the Patriots, and I can't remember the second team. My brain is blown after this insanity at the end of this game. Jaden Daniels, with seconds left in the game, from deep in his own territory, throws a Hail Mary pass. For those who don't know what a Hail Mary pass, it is the deepest pass in the play calling. The reason they call it a Hail Mary because it's a hope and a prayer. It's a hope and a prayer. It's a 50-50 that you have all these defenders and all these offensive players in the end zone. Everyone jumped all at the same time, bounces off the fingertips or the hands of one of them, and falls into the hands of the Commanders. Touchdown. We lose. No time left off the clock. That's it. Game. But that game was handed to us. That game was almost like, take it. Take it. Commanders couldn't finish in the end zone the entire game. Defense was playing lights out. What are you going to do? One long bomber in the beginning of the game. First quarter, there was a deep pass by Jaden Daniels, and the defense says, well, that's the last time you're going to do that in this game. And basically, the whole rest of the game, it was nothing but field goals. The defense played lights out. The Hail Mary pass at the end was the fault of many decisions prior by the head coach. Shane Waldron is awful. 3 quarters, 0 points. I mentioned that in my notes here. Shane Waldron is terrible. He's awful. He is terrible. He looked so great against bad teams, friends. Bad teams. Look at the highlights. All these teams that we beat are not good. And I've said this before. My prediction for this game was Bears win 21-17. I was off by only a few points. We lost 15-18. So I'm always right there, friends. I always can tell. I knew this game would be a tight game because we have not proven ourselves to be an effective offense against good teams. We have lost against every single team that is solid. The Colts, the Texans, and now the Commanders. They're not a great team, but they're a better team than us. As a whole. As a whole. Jaden Daniels wasn't playing the greatest football. He hit some, but he got it done where it needed to be throughout the game. He made some first downs on his feet. He got things going. He was elusive. A couple jumps in the middle of the air to get that game done, to get that first down. He got it done. But the defense was playing lights out. This is the coaching, friends. Caleb Williams had a lot of overthrows. Wasn't happy about that. A lot of balls were going places. I'm like, who was that meant for? I mean, really couldn't see why it was so where they were going. There couldn't seem to be no rhyme or reason. But that was not what lost us the game. Because at the end of the game, he got it done. He got that game done, and we were winning. It was the last seconds. Somehow Caleb Williams found a way through adversity, playing basically against the Commanders, playing against his own O-line, playing against his own offensive play caller. A human being can only have so many things against him. Sound familiar? That's not a little familiar from last year, folks, with Justin Fields? Things like this. Now Justin Fields is over with the Pittsburgh, and he only threw one touchdown, one interception, 10 touchdowns, and he went 4-2, folks. 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 wins under a better organization. Now he's taking a back seat because that was the plan all along. Russell Wilson is a better quarterback. He's a seasoned veteran. He's a Super Bowl champion. So that is what it is. The Hail Mary play was unbelievably lucky. That's how things happen to the Bears. Because good things happen to better coached teams. Good things happen to better coached teams. And that's why the ball fell into the... Because we won, folks. It would have been a fool's gold win. You don't deserve a win when you play that ugly throughout the entire game. And then at the end, okay, you win. You beat the Commanders. Okay. Like that? That ugly? We were losing the entire game. It's just that the Commanders couldn't get it done in the end zone. What was going on over there? I don't know. The defense is strong. What we should have done was, at that moment, you call a rush play. You don't give this man who's got a strong arm, 6'4", young man, strong man, 6'4", to throw that. You rush that man. You put a few DBs in the back. He catches the ball. The chances of him going all the way home are slim. He'd catch it, he'd run, we'd tackle him, we'd get him down, and it wouldn't be what happened. But the Hail Mary, now we're back to a 50. That play, it was a 0-0 game at that moment. At that very moment, the game was 0-0. Because the whole plan fell apart from the get-go. You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks off a win to figure this out. The Bears, at the 1-yard line, 4th and goal, last chance, they decide to hand off the ball to a lineman, an offensive lineman, who probably doesn't do that. That's not his job to carry the ball. It's not his job. His job is to block. He doesn't touch the ball. A man like that may not touch a football his entire career. With the chances of picking up something off the ground and recovering a fumble. They put this guy into the play. They said, yeah, you're going to get a handoff. And you're going to run this sucker right up the middle for a touchdown. This big man, Kramer, bounces this ball right off his chest. Fumble. Commanders recover. Complete change in momentum, friends. This will dictate the rest of the season. And the worst part about this, my friends, is the coach holds zero accountability to himself. That's what makes these losses and dealing with the Chicago Bears and being a fan so painful. That's why I can't even wear the hat today, folks. I can't even wear the hat because I'm so disgusted with this team right now. Because you get up there when you mess up and you make a mistake, and when a team, I don't care what business, restaurant, football team, corporation, the fish stinks from the head down. It's who's in charge from the top down is how you win or lose a game. Where's the leadership? Where's the self-accountability? Good coaches, you know what? That was on me. I need to coach better. No matter what happens, it's on me. I'm the head coach. He blames his players. No self-accountability. He's a shoe salesman. His head coach is garbage. The offensive play caller is trash. It's bad. It's bad. This, friends, is going to be an emotional roller coaster for some fans because the next 2 games are easily predictable to win with the defense that we have and the offensive players that we have. We have playmakers. We arguably have one of the best wide receiver cores in the league with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. My friends, it's tough. It's a hard day being a Bear. It's a hard time being a Bears fan sometimes, my friends, because at the surface, you'll see that score. And it'll look like a close game. Oh, we were in it. We were never in it. We were in it too late. And things like this happen. But now, who we're up against after these next two games are nothing compared to what Jaden Daniels and the Commanders can do. We're facing the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Vikings, who are on fire right now. And lately, the last few years, they have our number. They know how to handle the Chicago Bears. Attack. They're going to attack deep. And they are going to absolutely embarrass us. And there's a strong chance we play in between these 6 divisional games that are coming up in 2 weeks. In 3 weeks, it all starts to sink, friends. It is what it is. It's going to happen. We will probably lose 7 games in a row. Because we face the San Francisco 49ers in the middle. And I predict we lose that game based on our performance today. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about the 49ers. Before this game, I predicted that we would split the Green Bay and the Vikings. Detroit would beat us twice. Forget about it. This game exposed us for the rest of the season. It's going to be a long season, friends. Buckle up. Be good. God bless. Stay good to each other. I may cut a video tomorrow, a little bit more in-depth analysis of what went down today. Tomorrow. You guys have a great week, and we'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.